Jai Om Vishnupriya Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardhan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Bandeyam Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitamscha Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guraganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwaguruncha Divyat Bhagavad Premna Vibija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandabaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Shidaram Vanshakopatarubyas Chakripasindubhye Vicha Patitanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, with translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. And this is Adi-lila chapter 16, the pastimes of the Lord in his childhood and youth. Kripa Shuddha Saradyasya Vishvam Aplavayanti Api Nijagaiva Sadabhati Tam Chaitanya Prabhum Bhaje. I worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose nectarian mercy flows like a great river, inundating the entire universe. Just as a river flows downstream, Lord Chaitanya especially extends himself to the fallen. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaurabhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Jiyat Kaishora Chaitanya Murti Matya Grihastramat Lakshmi Archito Ta Bhagdevya Disham Jayi Jaya Chalat Jiyad Kaishora Chaitanya Murti Matya Grihashramat Lakshmi Archito Ta Bhagdevya Disham Jayi Jaya Chalat. Long live Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Kaishora age. Both the goddess of fortune and the goddess of learning worshipped him. The goddess of learning, Saraswati, worshipped him in his victory over the scholar who had conquered all the world, and the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, worshipped him at home. Since he is therefore the husband or lord of both goddesses, I offer my obeisances unto him. Eta Kaishora-lila Sutra Anubandha Sishyagana Padaite Korila Aramba. At the age of 11, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to teach students. This marks the beginning of his Kaishora age. Shata Shata Shishya Sange Sada Adyapan Vyakya Shuni Sarvaloker Shamat Kitaman. As soon as the Lord became a teacher, many students came to him, every one of them astonished to hear his mode of explanation. Sarva Shastre Sarva Pandit Paya Parajai Vinoy Bhangite Karo Dukha Nahi Hoy. The Lord defeated all kinds of scholars and discourses about all the scriptures, yet because of his gentle behavior, none of them were unhappy. Bibida Odatya Kore Sishyagan Sange Janabite Jalakeli Kore Nanarange. The Lord as a teacher performed various kinds of pranks in his sporting pastimes in the water of the Ganges. Kata Dine Koila Prabhu Bhangete Gaman Jahan Jai, Tahan Lao Jai, Nama Sankirtan. After some days, the Lord went to East Bengal, and wherever he went, he introduced the Sankirtan movement. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees in disciplic succession can defeat all kinds of learned scholars, scientists, and philosophers in arguments, thus establishing the supremacy of the personality of Godhead, their main business as preachers is to introduce Sankirtan everywhere. Simply to defeat scholars and philosophers is not the occupation of a preacher. Preachers must simultaneously introduce the Sankirtan movement, for that is the mission of the Chaitanya cult. Vidyara prabhavadeki chamatkara chite shata shata paduya asi lagila padite. Struck with wonder by the influence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intellectual prowess, many hundreds of students came to the Lord and began studying under his direction. Se deshe bipranam mishra tapan nischai korite nare sadya saran. In East Bengal, there was a Brahmin named Tapan Mishra who could not ascertain the objective of life or how to attain it. One must first ascertain the object of life and then understand how to attain it. The Krishna consciousness movement is pointing out to everyone that the object of life is to understand Krishna, and to attain the goal of life one must practice Krishna consciousness, following the methods prescribed by the Goswamis with reference to the authoritative Shastras and Vedas. Bahu Shastre Bahu Bhakye Chite Brahma Hoy Sadhya Sarana Shrestha Na Hoy Nisjoy. If one becomes a bookworm, reading many books and scriptures and hearing many commentaries and the instructions of many men, this will produce doubt within one's heart. One cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. Swapni ek bipra ko he shuna tapad, nimai pandita pashe korahagaman. So Tapan Mishra was very well read, but at the same time, he didn't know he couldn't understand, after having read so many books, what was the goal of life. All the commentaries he read just served to confuse him. Swapni ek vipra ko he shunaha tapan, nimai pandita pashe korahagaman. Tapan Mishra, being thus bewildered, was directed by a Brahmin in a dream to go to Nimai Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Teho tomara sadhya saran koribe nischoy, sakadishwara teho nahika samshoy. Because he is the Lord, Ishwara, the Brahmin told him, undoubtedly he can give you proper direction. Swapna deki mishra ashi prabhura Bharane, Swapnera Britantasab Hoila Nivedane. After seeing the dream, Tapan Mishra came to the shelter of Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, and he described all the details of the dream to the Lord. Prabhu Tushtahaya Sadhya Sarana Kohila Namasankirtan Kora Upadesha Koila. The Lord, being satisfied, instructed him about the object of life and the process for attaining it. He instructed him that the basic principle of success is to chant the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Tara Icha Prabhu Sange Navadipe Bashi, Prabhu Adi-lila Tumi Jao Varanashi. Tapan Mishra desired to live with the Lord in Navadip, but the Lord asked him to go to Varanashi, Benares. So this in itself is somewhat unusual. Tapan Mishra wants to be with the Lord and he wants to go to Navadip, but Mahaprabhu instructs him to go to Varanashi, which is Benares, which is mostly Mayavadis there. So this is an indication that the Lord will later visit Varanashi and bring people there to Krishna consciousness. So Tapan Mishra desired to live with the Lord in Navadip, but the Lord asked him to go to Varanashi, Benares. Tahanama Sange Tomar Habedarshan Agyapaya Mishra Koila Kashite Gaman. The Lord assured Tapan Mishra that they would meet again in Varanashi. Receiving this order, Tapan Mishra went there. Prabhura Atarkya Lila Bhujitena Pari Swasanga Charana Kene Pataya Kashipuri I cannot understand the inconceivable pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for although Tapan Mishra wanted to live with him in Navadvip, the Lord advised him to go to Varanashi. When Tapan Mishra met him, Mahaprabhu was living in household life, and there was no indication that in the future he would accept the sannyas order. But by asking Tapan Mishra to go to Varanasi, he indicated that in the future he would accept sannyas, and that when he would teach Sanatana Goswami, Tapan Mishra would take advantage of the opportunity to learn the object of life and the real process for attaining it. Emata Bangera Loker Koila Mahahita Namadiya Bhakta Koila Parana Pandita. In this way, Mahaprabhu contributed the greatest benefit to the people of East Bengal by In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu contributed the greatest benefit to the people of East Bengal by initiating them into Harinam, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and making them learned scholars by educating them. Emata Bange Prabhu Korenana Lila Eta Navadvipe Lakshmi Viraha Duke Hoila. Because the Lord was engaged in various ways in preaching work in East Bengal, his wife, Lakshmi Devi, was very unhappy at home in separation from her husband. Prabhura Viraha Sarpa Lakmira Damshila Viraha Sarpa Vishe Tara Paraloka Hoila. The snake of separation bit Lakshmi Devi, and its poison caused her death. Thus she passed to the next world. She went back home, back to Godhead. Antare Janila Prabhu Jate Antarjami Deshere Aila Prabhu Sachi Dukkha Jani. Lord Chaitanya knew about the disappearance of Lakshmi Devi because he is the super soul himself. Thus he returned home to solace his mother, Sachi Devi, who was greatly unhappy about the death of her daughter-in-law. Gariaila Prabhu Bahul Loya Dhanajan Tattva Gyane Kohila Sachir Dukkha Bimochan. When the Lord returned home, bringing with him great wealth and many followers, he spoke to Sachi Devi about transcendental knowledge to relieve her of the grief she was suffering. Sishyagan Loyapuna Bidjar Vilas Vidyabole Sabajini Odatya Prakash. After coming back from East Bengal, Mahaprabhu again began educating others. By the strength of his education, he conquered everyone, and thus he was greatly proud. Tabe Vishnupriya Thakuranira Parinoi Tabe Thakurila Prabhu Digvijayi Jai. Then Lord Chaitanya married Vishnupriya, the goddess of fortune, and thereafter he conquered a champion of learning named Keshav Kashmiri. Vrindavana das iha korijachin bistar, svutanahi koridosh gunera bichar. Vrindavan Das Thakur has previously elaborately described this. That which is clear need not be scrutinized for good qualities and faults. Say Amshako Hitare Kore Namaskar, Ja Shuni Digvijayi Koila Apana Dikar. Offering up my obeisances to Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, I shall try to describe the portion of the Lord's analysis, which when he heard it made the Digvijayi feel himself condemned. Joshnavati Ratri Prabhu Sishyagan Sange Vasijachin Gangatire Vidyara Prasange. Once on a full moon night, the Lord was sitting on the bank of the Ganges with his many disciples and discussing literary topics. Henakale Digvijayi Taha Aila Gangare Baranakori Prabhure Milila. Coincidentally, Keshav Kashmiri Pandit came there. While offering his prayers to Mother Ganges, he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vasaila Dari Prabhu Adara Korea Digvijay Kohimane Avagya Korea. The Lord received him with adoration, but because Keshav Kashmiri, the Pandit, was very proud, he talked to the Lord very inconsiderately. Vyakaran Paraha Nimai Pandita Tomar Nam, Balya Shastre Loke Tomar, Kohe Gunagram. I understand that you are a teacher of grammar, he said, and that your name is Nimai Pandit. People speak very highly of your teaching of beginner's grammar. Formerly, Sanskrit schools first taught grammar very thoroughly, and this system continues even now. A student was supposed to study grammar carefully for 12 years in the beginning of his life, because if one is expert in the grammar of the Sanskrit language, all the Shastras are open to him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was famous for teaching grammar to students, and therefore Keshav Kashmiri first referred to his position as a teacher of grammar. Keshav Kashmiri was very proud of his literary career. He was far above the first lessons of grammar, and so he thought the position of Nimai Pandit not at all comparable to his own. Vyakaran Madhye Jani Paraha Kalapa Shunilan Funkite Tomar Sishyara Samlapa. I understand that you teach Kalapa Vyakaran. I have heard that your students are very expert in the word jugglery of this grammar. There are many schools of grammar in the Sanskrit language, the most famous of which are the systems of Panini and the Kalapa and Kaumudi grammars. There were different branches of grammatical knowledge, and a student of grammar was supposed to study them all in 12 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Nimai Pandit, taught grammar to his students who became expert in dealing with the word jugglery of complicated grammar. Almost everyone expert in studying grammar interprets the Shastras in many ways by changing the root meanings of their words. A student of grammar can sometimes completely change the meaning of a sentence by juggling grammatical rules. Keshav Kashmiri indirectly taunted Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by implying that although he was a great teacher of grammar, such grammatical jugglery of root meanings did not require great expertise. This was a challenge to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because it was prearranged that Keshav Kashmiri would have to discuss the Shastras with Nimai Pandit. From the very beginning, he wanted to bluff the Lord. Thus the Lord replied as follows. Prabhu kohe vyakaran parai abhiman kori zishyate na buje ame bujaite nari. The Lord said, yes, I am known as a teacher of grammar, but factually I cannot impress my students with grammatical knowledge, nor can they understand me very well. Since Keshav Kashmiri was a little puffed up, the Lord increased his artificial pride by presenting himself as subordinate to him. Thus he flattered him as follows. Kahan tumis sarvashastre kabitve praveen kahanami sabe sishu paduya nabin. My dear sir, whereas you are a very learned scholar in all sorts of scriptures and are very much experienced in composing poetry, I am only a boy, a new student, and nothing more. Tomara kabitva kichu shunite hoiman kripa kore kore jadi gangara barnan. Therefore, I desire to hear your skill in composing poetry. We could hear this if you would mercifully describe the glory of Mother Ganges. Shunya Brahmana Garbe Barnite Lagila Gati Ek Shatashlok Gangara Barnila. When the Brahmin Keshav Kashmiri heard this, he became still more puffed up, and within 1 hour he composed 100 verses describing Mother Ganges. Shunya Korila Prabhu Bahuta Satkar Shama Shama Pratibite Kabi Nahiyar. The Lord praised him, saying, Sir, there is no greater poet than you in the entire world. So Mahaprabhu said, now, would you please compose some verses about the Mother Ganges? And then the Kashmiri poet, the Pandit, he composed very quickly 100 Sanskrit verses glorifying Mother Ganges. Tomara kavitva shlok bujite kara shakti tumi balo jana arta Kimva Saraswati, your poetry is so difficult that no one can understand it but you and Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Replying to Keshav Kashmiri sarcastically, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu indirectly minimized the value of his poetry by saying, yes, your compositions are so nice that no one but you and your worshipable mother, the goddess of learning, can understand them. Keshav Kashmiri was a favorite devotee of Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the master of the goddess of learning, has the right to speak sarcastically of her devotees. In other words, although Keshav Kashmiri was proud of being favored by the goddess of learning, he did not know that she is controlled by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ek shlokararta jari kora nijamuke shuni sab lok tabe paiba borasuke. But if you explain the meaning of one verse, we can all hear it from your own mouth and thus be very happy. So Mahaprabhu says, so if you please explain the meaning of one verse so we can hear it from your own mouth and thus be very happy. Tabe digvijayi vyakaran shloka puchila shata shlokarek shloka prabhuta padila. The digvijayi, Keshav Kashmiri, inquired which verse he wanted to explain. The Lord then recited one of the 100 verses Keshav Kashmiri had composed. Mahatvam Gangaya Sadatam Idam Abati Nitaram Yad Esha Shri Vishnos Chanana Kamalotpati Subhaga Dvitiya Shri Lakmir Eva Suranarar Archacharana Bhavani Bhartur Ya Shirasi Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. The greatness of Mother Ganges always brilliantly exists. She is the most fortunate because she emanated from the lotus feet of Sri Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. She is the second goddess of fortune, and therefore she is always worshipped both by demigods and by humanity. Endowed with all wonderful qualities, she flourishes on the head of Lord Shiva. A shlokararta kora prabhu jadi boila Bhishmita Haya Digvijaya Prabhure Puchila. When Mahaprabhu asked him to explain the meaning of this verse, the champion, very much astonished, inquired from him as follows. Janjabata Praya Ami Shloka Parila Taramadye Shloka Tumi Kaiche Kante Koila. I recited all the verses like the blowing wind. How could you completely learn by heart even one among these verses? Prabhu kohe devera bare tumi kabibar aiche devera bare keho hoy shrutidar. The Lord replied, by the grace of the Lord, someone may become a great poet, and similarly, by his grace, someone else may become a great shrutidar who can memorize anything immediately. So Mahaprabhu told the Digvijayi Pandit. The Digvijayi Pandit said, I said all 100 verses very quickly. How could you remember one verse out of so many that I said them very quickly? How could you remember this? And then Mahaprabhu said, well, by the Lord's mercy, someone can become a great kabibar, means a great poet. And also by the Lord's mercy, somebody can become a shrutidar. A shrutidar, if he hears anything one time, he can remember it. So Mahaprabhu said, yes, you're a great poet by the Lord's mercy, but by the Lord's mercy, I could be a shrutidar. I can remember hearing the verses one time. Shlokararta koila vipra paya santosh prabhu kohe kaha shlokara kiba gunadosh. Satisfied by the statement of Mahaprabhu, the Brahmin, Keshav Kashmiri, explained the quoted verse. Then the Lord said, now kindly explain the special qualities and faults in the verse. So Mahaprabhu is then saying, now let us analyze the verse. You tell what's good about the verse, and you tell what are the faults of the verse. So this is like a challenge, because he's a great, the poet is a great learned scholar. And Mahaprabhu is saying, now let's analyze this verse and see what's good about it and see what's wrong with it. So that challenges the pride of the Pandit. Vipra kohi shloke nahi doshera abash, upamalankar guna kichu anupras. The Brahmin replied, there's not a tinge of fault in that verse. Rather, it has the good qualities of similes and alliteration. Prabhu Kohen Kohejari na Koraharosh Gahatomare Shloke Kiba Achedosh. The Lord said, my dear sir, I may say something to you if you will not become angry. Can you explain the faults in this verse? So Mahaprabhu says, I will explain something, but please don't become angry. Don't take any offense with my explanation. The Lord says, my dear sir, I may say something to you if you will not become angry. Can you explain the faults in this verse? Pratibara kabya tomar devata santoshe balomate vicharile jane guna doshe. There's no doubt that your poetry is full of ingenuity, and certainly it has satisfied the Supreme Lord. Yet if we scrutinizingly consider it, we can find both good qualities and faults. Tate balo kore shlo koraha bichar kabiko he jay kohile se vedasar. The Lord concluded, now therefore let us carefully scrutinize this verse. The poet replied, yes, the verse you have recited is perfectly correct. Vyakaraniya tumi nahi para alankar tumi ki janibe e kabit berasar. You are an ordinary student of grammar. What do you know about literary embellishments? You cannot review this poetry because you do not know anything about it. Keshav Kashmiri first wanted to bluff Mahaprabhu by saying that since he was not an advanced student in literary style, he could not review a verse full of metaphors and literary ornaments. This argument has some basis in fact. Unless one is a medical man, he cannot criticize a medical man, and unless one is a lawyer, he cannot criticize a lawyer. Therefore, Keshav Kashmiri first deprecated the Lord's position because Mahaprabhu was the champion, because Mahaprabhu was the champion, a student of grammar. How could he dare criticize a great poet like him? Lord Chaitanya, therefore, criticized the poet in a different way. He said that although he was certainly not advanced in a literary career, he had heard from others how to criticize such poetry, and as a Shrutidar, possessing a complete memory, he could understand the process for such a review. So Mahaprabhu says, yes, I don't know so much about this, but I've heard, I remember everything by hearing it, and I've heard something, so maybe based on what I've heard, I can review your poetry. Prabhu Kohen Ateva Puchiye Tomare Vichariya Gunadosh Bujaha Amare. Taking a humble position, Mahaprabhu said, because I'm not on your level, I have asked you to teach me by explaining the faults and good qualities in your poetry. Nahi pari alankar kuriyache shravan tatiye shloke deki bahudoshagun. Certainly I have not studied the art of literary embellishments, but I have heard about it from higher circles, and thus I can review this verse and find in it many faults and many good qualities. The statement, Koriyachi Shravan, I have heard it, is very important in the sense that hearing is more important than directly studying or perceiving. If one is expert in hearing and hears from the right source, his knowledge is immediately perfect. This process is called Shrotapanta, or the acquisition of knowledge by hearing from authorities. All Vedic knowledge is based on the principle that one must approach a bona fide spiritual master and hear from him the authoritative statements of the Vedas. It is not necessary for one to be a highly polished literary man to receive knowledge, to receive perfect knowledge from a perfect person. One must be expert in hearing. This is called the descending process of deductive knowledge, or avaroha panta. Kavi kohe kohadeki kon guna dosh prabhu kohen kohe shuna na koriya rosh. The poet said, all right, let me see what good qualities and faults you have found. The Lord replied, let me speak and please hear me without becoming angry. Panchadosh shloke panchalankar Kramiyame koheshuna korahabichar. My dear sir, in this verse there are 5 faults 5 literary ornaments. I shall state them one after another. Kindly hear me and then give your judgment. Abhimrishta videyamsa duitai china virudamate bhagna krama punar ata doshatin. In this verse, the fault of Amimrishta videyamsa occurs twice. In this verse, the fault of Avimrishta videyamsa occurs twice, and the faults of Virudamati, Bhagnakrama, and Punarata occur once each. Gangara Mahatva Shloka Mula Videya Idam Shabde Anubad Panche Abideya. The glorification of the Ganges, Mahatvam Gangaya, is the principal unknown subject matter in this verse, and the known subject matter is indicated by the word idam, which has been placed after the unknown. Videya age kohe pache kohila anuvad e lage shlokara arta koriache bada. Because you have placed the known subject at the end and that which is unknown at the beginning, the composition is faulty, and the meaning of the words has become doubtful. So what is known is supposed to be the subject. That should be identified at the beginning as the subject, but you put the subject at the end, what is known, after what is unknown. So this is the wrong way of composing a verse, Mahaprabhu says. Anubadam Anukvaiva nadvideyam udirayet na'i alabdas padam kinchit kutrachit praditishhtati. Without first mentioning what is known, one should not introduce the unknown, for that which has no solid basis can never be established anywhere. Dvitiya Sri Lakshmi Ihan Dviti Yatva Videya Samase Gona Hoila Shabdartakela Koya. In the word Dvitiya Sri Lakshmi, a second all-opulent goddess of fortune, the quality of being a second Lakshmi is the unknown. In making this compound word, the meaning became secondary and the originally intended meaning was lost. Dvitiya Shabda Videya Taha Padila Samase Lakmira Samata Arta Korila Vinashe. Because the word Dvitiya, second, is the unknown, in its combination in this compound word, the intended meaning of equality with Lakshmi is lost. Avimrishta videyamsa edo sharanam ara ek dosha ache shuna sabadan. Not only is there the fault avimrishta videyamsa, but there is also another fault, which I shall point out to you. Kindly hear me with great attention. Bhavani Bhartri Shabda Dile Paya Santosh Virudamati Kritnam E Mahadosh. Here is another great fault. You have arranged the word Bhavani Bhartri to your great satisfaction, but this betrays the fault of contradiction. Bhavani Shabde Kohe Mahadevara Grihini Tarabarta Kohile Dvitiya Bharta Jani. The word Bhavani means the wife of Lord Shiva, but when we mention her husband, one might conclude that she has another husband. Because we know that Bhavani is the wife of Lord Shiva, but if you say Bhavani Bhartri, the husband of the wife of Lord Shiva, then it makes it seem like that Bhavani, she has another husband besides Lord Shiva. Otherwise you just say Bhavani, you would just say Bhavani, then you know it's Lord Shiva's her husband. But if you say Bhavani Bhartri, the husband of the wife of Lord Shiva, it makes it seem like that she has another husband. So Bhavani Bhartri Shabda Dile Paya Santosh Virunamati Kritnam E Mahadosh. Here's another great fault. You have arranged the word Bhavani Bhartri to your great satisfaction, but this betrays the fault of contradiction. Bhavani Shabde Kohe Mahadeva Grihini Tara Bharta Kohile Dvitiya Bharta Jani. The word Bhavani means the wife of Lord Shiva, but when we mention her husband, one might conclude that she has another husband. Shiva Patnir Bharta Iha Shunite Viruda Mate Krit Shabda Shastre Nahi Shuddha. It is contradictory to hear that Lord Shiva's wife has another husband. The use of such words in literature creates the fault called Viruda Mati Krit, which is like contradiction. Brahmana Patnir Bharta Haste Dehodan Shabda Shunite Koi Dvitiya Bharta Gyan. If someone says, place this charity in the hand of the husband of the wife of the Brahmin, when we hear these contradictory words, we immediately understand that the Brahmin's wife has another husband. Because it's very... What else can you conclude? If someone says, place this charity in the hand of the husband of the wife of the Brahmin. Place this charity in the hand of the husband of the wife of the Brahmin. When we hear these contradictory words, we immediately understand that the Brahmin's wife has another husband. Vibhavati Kriyaya Bhakya Sangapuna Visheshana Adbhuta Gun E Punar Atta Dushana. The statement by the word Vibhavati, flourishes, is complete. Qualifying it with the adjective Adbhuta Guna, wonderful qualities, creates the fault of redundancy. The statement by the word Vibhavati, flourishes, is complete. Qualifying it with the adjective Adbhuta Guna, wonderful qualities, creates the fault of redundancy. That would be if you said, he achieved both objectives simultaneously and at the same time. It's redundant. Tin pade anuprasha deki anupam ek pade nahi e dosha bhagnakram. There is extraordinary alliteration in 3 lines of the verse, but in 1 line there is no such alliteration. This is the fault of deviation, or we could say inconsistency. Jajapiye shloke ache pancha alankar e pancha doshe shloka koila charakar. Although there are 5 literary ornaments decorating this verse, the entire verse has been spoiled by these 5 most faulty presentations. Dasha lankara jadi ek shloka hoy ek doshe shabda lankara hoy koi. If there are 10 literary ornaments in a verse, but even 1 faulty expression, the entire verse is nullified. Sundara Sharyara Jaiche Bhushana Bhushita Ek Shveta Kushte Jaiche Koraye Vigita. One's beautiful body may be decorated with jewels, but 1 spot of white leprosy makes the entire body abominable. Rasalankar Yat Kavyam Dosha Yukched Vibhushitam Shadvapu Sundaramapi Svitrenai Kena Durbagam. As one's body, although well decorated with ornaments, is made unfortunate by even 1 spot of white leprosy, so an entire poem is made useless by a fault despite alliteration, similes, and metaphors. Panchalankara ebe shunahavichar dui shabda lankaratin arta alankar. Now hear the description of the 5 literary embellishments. There are 2 ornaments of sound and 3 ornaments of meaning. Shabda lankaratin pare ache anuprasa Sri Lakshmi shabde punar uktavad abasha. There is a sound ornament of alliteration in 3 lines, and in the combination of the words Sri and Lakshmi, There is the ornament of a tinge of redundancy. So Shri means Lakshmi, but Sri Lakshmi, but it sounds like Sri Lakshmi, but Shri actually means Lakshmi. So Mahaprabhu is saying this is a nice thing. Pratama charane panchata kabera panti tritiya charane hoy pancha arepastiti. In the arrangement of the first line, the letter ta occurs 5 times, and in the arrangement of the third line, repeats the letter ra 5 times. So this is alliteration. It sounds good. Chaturta charane chari bakora prakash ateva shabda lankar anuprash. In the 4th line, the letter ba occurs 4 times. This arrangement of alliteration is a pleasing ornamental use of sounds. Shri Shabde Lakmi Shabde Ek Bastu Ukta Punar Ukta Prayabashe Nahi Punar Ukta. Although the words Shri and Lakshmi convey the same meaning and are therefore almost redundant, they are nevertheless not redundant. Shri Jukta Lakmi Arte Artera Bibed Punar Uktavat Abash Shabdalankara Bed. Describing Lakshmi as possessed of Shri opulence offers a difference in meaning with a tinge of repetition. This is the second ornamental use of words. Lakmir eva artalankar upama prakash ara artalankara ache nama virodabas. The use of the words Lakshmir Eva, like Lakshmi, manifests the ornament of meaning called upama, analogy. There is also the further ornament of meaning called virodabhasha, or a contradictory indication. So all this are nice elements in the poem. Gangate kamaha janme sabara subodha Kamale Gangara Janma Adyanta Viroda. Everyone knows that lotus flowers grow in the water of the Ganges, but to say that the Ganges takes birth from a lotus flower seems extremely contradictory. But it's true, but it seems contradictory because normally lotus flowers grow in the water, but in this case the water comes from a lotus flower. So this seems contradictory. Ihan Vishnupada Padme Gangara Utpati Viroda Lankara Iha Mahachamatkriti. The existence of Mother Ganges begins from the lotus feet of the Lord. Although this statement that water comes from a lotus flower is a contradiction in connection with Lord Vishnu, it is a great wonder. Ishvara Chintya Shakti Gangara Prakash Ihate Viroda Nahi Viroda Abash. In this birth of the Ganges, by the inconceivable potency of the Lord, there is no contradiction, although it appears contradictory. Ambujan Ambuni Jatam Kwachid Api Najatam Ambujadambu Murabidi Tad Viparitam Parambojan Mahanadijata. Everyone knows that lotus flowers grow in the water, but water never grows from a lotus. All such contradictions, however, are wonderfully possible in Krishna. The great river Ganges has grown from his lotus feet. Gangara Mahatva Sadhya Saranatahar Vishnu Padot Pati Anumana Lankar. The real glory of Mother Ganges is that she has grown from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Such a hypothesis is another ornament called Anuman. Stula e panchadosh panchalankar shukma vichariye jari achaye apar. I have simply discussed the 5 gross faults and 5 literary embellishments of this verse, but if we consider it in fine detail, we will find unlimited faults. Pratibda kavitva tomar devata prasade avichara kabye avasya pade dosha bade. You have achieved poetic imagination and ingenuity by the grace of your worshipable demigod, but poetry not well reviewed is certainly subject to criticism. Vichare kavitva koile hoy sunirmal Salankara hoile arta kore jalamo. Poetic skill used with due consideration is very pure, and with metaphors and analogies it is dazzling. Shunya prabhura bhyakya digvijayi bishmita mukena nishare bhakya pratibha stambita. After hearing the explanation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the champion poet was struck with wonder. His cleverness stunned. He could not say anything. Kohile chahaye kichu na aishe utar tabe vicharaye mane hoya fanfar. He wanted to say something, but no reply could come from his mouth. He then began to consider this puzzle within his mind. Paduya balaka koila mora bude lop jani Saraswati more korijachin kop. This mere boy has blocked my intelligence. I can therefore understand that Mother Saraswati has become angry with me. So the poet's worshipable goddess is Mother Saraswati, and she's the goddess of learning and poetry. So he thinks that. So the Pandit is struck with wonder. This mere boy has blocked my intelligence. I can therefore understand that Mother Saraswati has become angry with me. Je bhyakya korila se manushara nahi shakti nimai muke rohe bole apane Saraswati. This wonderful explanation the boy has given could not have been possible for a human being. Therefore, Mother Saraswati must have spoken personally through his mouth. Eta babiko he shuna nimai pandit tababhyakya shuniyami hoilana bishmita. Thinking thus, the Pandit said, "My dear Nimai Pandit, please hear me. Hearing your explanation, I am simply struck with wonder. Alankara nahi pad nahi shastabhyas kemone esab arta korile prakash." I am surprised. You are not a literary student and do not have long experience in studying the Shastras. How have you been able to explain all these critical points? Iha shuni Mahaprabhu ate borarangi daharidaya jani kohe korebangi. Hearing this and understanding the poet's heart, Mahaprabhu replied in a humorous way, Shastra vichar balo mandana hijani Saraswati jai balai se bolebani. My dear sir, I do not know what is good composition and what is bad, but whatever I have spoken must be understood to have been spoken by Mother Saraswati. So then the poet's thinking, I knew it. Saraswati has allowed me to be defeated by this boy. So Mahaprabhu says, Shastra vichara balo mandana hijani Saraswati jai bolaya et say bolebani. My dear sir, I do not know what is good composition and what is bad, but whatever I have spoken must be understood to have been spoken by Mother Saraswati. Iya shuni digvijayi korila nischoy sishudware devi more koila parajai. When he heard this judgment from Mahaprabhu, the Pandit sorrowfully wondered why Mother Saraswati wanted to defeat him through a small boy. Ajitare nibediba kore japadyan sishudware koilamore eta apaman. I shall offer prayers and meditation to Saraswati, the goddess of learning, the champion concluded, and ask her why she has insulted me so greatly through this boy. Vastuta Saraswati Ashuda Shloka Koraila Vichara Samaya Tara Buddhiya Chadila. Saraswati had in fact induced the champion to compose his verse in an impure way. Furthermore, when it was discussed, she covered his intelligence, and thus the Lord's intelligence was triumphant. Tabi Sishyagan Shab Hashite Lagila Tashabani Shadi Prabhu Kavyare Kohila. When the poetic champion was thus defeated, all the Lord's disciples sitting there began to laugh loudly. But Mahaprabhu asked them not to do so, and he addressed the poet as follows. So when Mahaprabhu, as a small boy, young boy, he defeated this big world-renowned Pandit, then all Mahaprabhu's students who are there and listening, they began to laugh loudly. But then Mahaprabhu says, tell them, don't laugh, don't. Then Tumi Bora Pandit Mahakavi Shiromani Jaramuke Bahirai Aiche Kavyamani. You are the most learned scholar and the topmost of all great poets, for otherwise how could such fine poetry come from your mouth? Tomara Kabitwa Jaina Gangajal Dar Toma Sama Kabi Kota Nahidekiar. Your poetic skill is like the constant flow of the waters of the Ganges. I find no one in the world who can compete with you. Bhavabhute Jayadev Arakalidas Tasabar Kavitve Ache Doshara Prakash. Even in the poetic compositions of such great poets as Bhavabhuti, Jayadev, and Kalidas, there are many examples of faults. Doshagun, Vichar, Alpa, Korimani, Kavitva, Korane, Shakti, Taha, Se, Bakani. Such mistakes should be considered negligible. One should see only how such poets have displayed their poetic power. Shaishaba, Chapalya, Kichuna, Labe Amar, Sishera, Samana, Mui, Seha, Tomar. I am not even fit to be your disciple. Therefore, kindly do not take seriously whatever childish impudence I have shown. Aji, ba. I'm not even fit to be your disciple. Therefore, kindly do not take seriously whatever childish impudence I have shown. Ajibasa Jahakali Maliba Amar Shuniba Tomara Muke Shastra Vichar. Please go back home, and tomorrow we may meet again, so that I may hear discourses in the Shastras from your mouth. And Mate Nijagari Mahaprabhu saying, do not take this my offense. Even in the great poets, there are always some mistakes present. But the really important thing is how they are showing their wonder as poets. So, please don't take my whatever I've said as anything against you, he's saying. And tomorrow I'll come and I'll hear from you more. I'll hear from your mouth explanation of the Shastra. So Mahaprabhu takes a very humble position, even though he's defeated upon it. Imante Nijagare Gela Duijan, Kabi Bharatre Koila Saraswati Aradan. In this way, both the poet and Mahaprabhu went back to their homes, and at night the poet worshipped Mother Saraswati. Saraswati Swapne Tare Upadesh Koila Sakarishwara Kore Prabhu Ke Janila. In a dream, the goddess informed him that the Lord's position, and the poetic champion could understand that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Pratyashe Prabhupadi Loila Sharan Prabhu Kripa Koilatara Kandila Bandhan. The next morning the poet came to Mahaprabhu and surrendered unto his lotus feet. The Lord bestowed His mercy upon him and cut off all his bondage to material attachment. So that in a dream, Saraswati revealed to the poet that that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord Himself. So that next day, when they meet, the poet surrenders to Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And Mahaprabhu bestowed His mercy upon him and cut off all his bondage to material attachment. Bhagyabanta Digvijayi Safala Jivan Vidyabole Paila Mahaprabhu Charan. The poetic champion was certainly most fortunate. His life was successful by dint of his vast learning and erudite scholarship, and thus he attained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Esab Lila Varnijachan Brindavanadas J. Kichu but Visesha Ihan Korila Prakash. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has described all these incidents elaborately. I have only presented the specific incidents he has not described. Chaitanya Gosara Lila Amritaradar Sarbendriya Triptohoy Shravane Jahar. The nectarian drops of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes can satisfy the senses of everyone who hears them. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas sprang at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. Thus then the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila 16th chapter, describing the pastimes of the Lord in his childhood and youth. Okay, I'll sing Hari Harai, and we'll conclude here. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Raya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Vaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Garadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Garadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhakta Raghunath Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jahoite Vignana Shavista Puran Jahoite Vignana Shavista Puran H.I. Gosai Jar Muri Jaradas Jai Gosai Jar Muri Jaradas Asabar Padarenu Mora Panchagras Asabar Pader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibat Janame Janame More Abila H.I. Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhanja Vrindavan Anande Bolo Hari Bhanja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayi Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayi Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratam Mudas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Jai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Haribo, 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 Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Juki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyasta Tara Sadrashi Shimad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyasta Tara Sadrashi Shimad Shila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Shila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Shila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem Sigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Harshivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Madhacharya Brinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvi Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai. Sokel Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Sevashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan. Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardhan Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Okay.